Hello YouTube viewers, hello eBay sellers. In this video I'm going to show you can have a problem receiving a message or a notice that there has been a sale, or more specifically the potential of a sale. When a buyer presses the buy it now but they haven't paid for it, their item goes into the awaited payment folder here. But if you look here in the active folder, you'll see I have 8 items active, and that's true. I can take you to that page and you'll see 8 items active. And there they are. We can go and look at unsold items, and you can see there's 2, and there they are. We can go and look at sold items, and again, there they are. Now if you look over here, you can see there's the shopping cart and there's the dollar sign that's been painted blue, and the box that says I shipped it and that I left feedback and they left feedback. There's no indication here that I have a buyer with a prospect to buy. You can see here in the second account that I hold that buyers have selected an item by the shopping cart and they have paid for it by the icon of the dollar symbol being painted blue. You can see down here that this buyer has a prospect to buy. He's hit the buy it now button, but he hasn't paid for it, and so those icons are not highlighted here. But I do have noticed that this buyer has a potential to buy. What can happen here is that eBay is going to collect their final value fee already, whether this buyer pays or not. I cannot get that money returned to me unless I haggle with eBay and send them a deadbeat buyer notice. I have to give this buyer 4 days before I notify eBay that they haven't paid. You can see from my other account that it appears there's no prospect buyers here, and then I have finished selling for now as nobody else has bought and paid for an item. There's no indication that there is a prospect buyer in this account. Over here in the selling manager's view, you can see there is a number call out telling you that there's going to be so many items in that category. 8 of them in active, 2 of them in unsold, 27 of them in sold. There's no indication for awaiting payment or awaiting shipment or any of these other indicators down here. Ironic, however, is this one here, Archive, claims there's 11 items in there. If we look, which I did one day, I had time and I was curious, and I come over here and, well, I don't see 11 items. I've called eBay on this and I asked them to change this. Make sure that I get the notifications in my sold box. I never got an answer. We're going to look into awaited payment because I noticed one day that eBay took a final value fee out for an item that I never had. And wow, look at that. There's a prospect to buy. And there's no call out there telling me there's one prospect to buy. Unless I had time in my day to waste to make sure I open this folder every day, and we all know how it can be on the computer, time's valuable, and if you don't have a reason to wait for your browser to search through that page and bring it back to you, you're not going to waste your time doing it. Well, that's pretty much the way I was thinking. And by the awaited payments and no notification that there's one potential buyer in this folder, I never went to view it until I had problems. And now I have this problem again, so I bring it to you to look at. What I'm going to do is tell you the solution, because I've called eBay and I haven't got the answer from them. If an eBay support person doesn't know the answer, they make up answers that string you along, because if they haven't got an answer for you, that makes them look like they don't know their job and puts their job in jeopardy. And the last thing they can do is pass you on to the supervisor or tell you they don't know. Here's the answer to your problem. If you can look over here in the paid column, and on my laptop that I'm currently using to make this screen capture, it's very hard to see unless I tilt the screen back at an angle that I'm not customarily going to do. Notice how the column is shaded out gray. That's the active column. That's the reason why that awaiting payment is not showing up on this front page. If you do it on the sales date, the day they click to make the obligation to buy, you'll see that item come up. Now, because I clicked on the sales date, it actually reordered the results from the earliest date first. So we want to click it one more time and bring it back around. And now you can see that prospect buyer's item has showed up as a top listing, and you can see again that they haven't paid for it, just like in the other account. However, you can also see over here in the awaiting payment, there is no notification that this item is there. And I normally don't have this sales date column selected by any choice, out of habit, out of any time. I will start to leave this column highlighted to make sure that I get my notifications of a prospect buyer in front of me on my sold page, because it's not showing up over here in the awaited payment page. I really prefer to have my paid date column highlighted so that I don't have to hassle with details that are not ready. My days are particularly busy, and just every 2 minutes clicking through one page and getting back and discerning what information is important can kill my day. A call to eBay support can waste a day. And I prefer to have a paid date column as what is my results page brought to me. That's just the way I want it. It helps to minimize hassles. This buyer's not ready to be shipped to, I don't care. But they're going to have this buyer stuck over here in my awaited payment folder without giving me notice. So be aware, there's things you're going to have to know, and you only gain that knowledge through experience or by stumbling upon a video like mine. What I'm going to tell you is that I do a lot of research on web applications and server responses, and that's a lot what you're going to see in my videos. Things people and normal people don't ordinarily do. So if you want to see some really in-depth insight into the operations of certain websites, like recently I've been showing eBay and therapy, you'll want to come to me and see that, because you're not going to see this stuff anywhere else on YouTube. Most of the stuff you see on YouTube is going to be the basic stuff, and most anybody can do it without watching the videos that you see on YouTube, like, oh, this is how you find information. You go to this great site, Therapy. Yeah, Therapy's a great site, and then they kind of give you the run through, which, well, once you get to Therapy, you're going to have to go through the run through yourself, and there's a small manual there to read. The point is, I'm bringing you stuff you're not going to read in that manual. And if you want to get these insights, I suggest you subscribe to my channel, and when you do, you'll get the notifications of my new videos. And my videos are pretty interesting in the geek type of sense. So thank you for your time, and again, subscribe or come back. Have a good day.